The mindset of being a good wife slash good girlfriend kept me in an abusive situation for 10 years. Because our society is a patriarchy and it relies on women reproducing, there's a lot of value put on this idea of being a good wife and a good girlfriend. I used to hear it all the time from older family members in my family and in my ex's family, like, oh, you take such good care of him. He's a totally different person with you. You run your household so well. And even from my ex himself, when he wasn't in the part of the narcissistic abuse cycle where he was devaluing me and treating me like garbage, he would circle back and tell me how thankful he was for me and how much I do for us in our relationship and all of these nice, wonderful things that, yes, are nice to hear. But again, when he was on the other side of the cycle, it didn't matter what I was doing. It didn't matter how hard I was working. It didn't matter how much attention I was giving him. It didn't matter because he was still unhappy. And because of that, like, good wife mindset, when you are in an abusive situation, you feel like it is your fault when your husband or boyfriend is unhappy, when you're doing everything possible to make him happy and then some, even most of the time sacrificing your own health and happiness. And it's all for naught, and that makes it feel like you are a bad wife, you are a bad girlfriend. So between riding the high of people telling you that you are a good wife or a good girlfriend, and then chasing getting back to that feeling when you are feeling like a bad wife and a bad girlfriend, you get stuck in this cycle of trying to prove that you are a good wife, you are a good girlfriend, and that becomes kind of like your driving purpose, your driving identity in a relationship, especially in an abusive relationship. I did it for years. The sense of pride and like puffing of the chest that I used to feel when someone would praise me for being a good wife or a good girlfriend, like, was such a like happy hormone inducing bit of praise. Meanwhile, none of that was ever happening with my ex. No one was ever praising him for being a good husband or telling him he was being a bad husband. He was just kind of there, and it was all on me to be the driving force of determining if our relationship was good or not, and if he was well taken care of or not, and if he was happy or not. So I think this idea of the good wife, the good girlfriend, is bullshit. And that's not to say you shouldn't try to be a good wife or a good girlfriend. It's just to say there's so much focus put on how the woman is navigating herself in the relationship, how she's treating her partner in the relationship, how she is building, maintaining, like being the CEO of the relationship. And that's what determines the overall value of the relationship, when it's like, this is a partnership. Both of these people should be treating each other well. Both of these people should be putting in the same amount of work into the relationship. Both of these people should be splitting whatever it might be, like duties, finances, responsibilities, etc., etc. This is a partnership. It should be looked at in an equal manner, not through the lens of the patriarchal view of how is the woman creating value in this relationship and making sure that her man is happy. Because if you're a good wife, they will also assume that you'll be a good mother. And then that's when they start asking you the questions about kids, and it just goes on and on from there. And then all of a sudden you are 40 years old and you have 2 or 3 children with an absolute bum of a man, and you are desperate for a divorce, and you're sitting there wondering how you got there. And I think this is exactly how it happens to a lot of people. I am endlessly so thankful that I never had children with my ex-husband, and I'm so thankful that he cheated on me and that I found out about it, because without that, like, I would probably still be in that relationship.